fans. One last final on this epic day of Celestial University Sevens. It is Nottingham against the University of Exeter. Exeter in their green change kit, it looks like. Nope. Other way round. Nottingham on the right of your screen, green and gold. My eyes are just failing me. Exeter in their green and white hoops on the left. And if it is anything like both semi-finals, we should be in for an absolute belter, Tom Mitchell.
Well, I am licking my lips at the prospect of what we've got to come for the next 14 minutes. Strap in, enjoy the ride, everybody.
Usher to the skies. Such an impressive, mature performance in that semi-final, not least slotting the conversion from the touchline to take them to golden points. But it's Nottingham with the first line break of the day. Hands onto the outside, and it's Harry Simpson. He's been brilliant all day. Back inside to Cornford, the scrum half. And they do recycle. Hands all the way down to Anstey. Matty Walker, such a try threat at the base there. Off the deck to Simpson. Walker. Caught in two minds, trying to slip through in these wet conditions now. Little drizzle coming down. Anstey thinks about going left, goes to his right. Cornford puts the ball to deck, and eventually it's spilled by Nottingham. And there's one man you do not want the ball flowing to. It's Louis Burns, the fastest man on the field. And after a couple of minutes of sustained pressure from Nottingham, it's Exeter that fire the first shot in the final.
Nottingham had good possession, but they were just a little bit dilly-dally with their attack at the other end. Bit of indecision, just searching too much. And it broke down, and it didn't take long for Exeter to go down the other end in the form of Louis Burns. Now, I've lost count. My abacus doesn't count as high as the tries he scored today, but he's been wonderful. And I tell you what, after this many games, after this many hours, for him to still have this in the tank is impressive. Just goes, sees the space, nearly loses his coattails, doesn't hang around, celebrates a long way out because he knows no one's catching him.
Thanks for coming. Louis Burns, absolutely electric. It's a long kick-off from Exeter. It's Will Hull's ready to pass out wide now. Switch. Back into the hands of Hulls. Score of an incredible finish in that semi-final. Right down in this near corner. Nottingham get the penalty.
They do. I think their tactics at the moment, I just think they're inviting the Exeter boys to come onto them. They just need to keep their go-forward ball a little bit more for me.
Long ball onto this left-hand side, and it's spilled by Hulls. We'll have a scrum.
It's a great challenge for both teams right now. Conditions have changed. We've been playing dry rugby pretty much most of the day. Sure, a bit of a sweat on the ball. The rain's been coming down, and it's that real greasy type of rain where that ball is going to be a bit like a bar of soap. So going for those offloads, you might want to rein it in. And can they have that ability to just dial their decision-making accordingly, change their tactics ever so slightly to suit the conditions? You don't have long to get used to it, like we were discussing pre-game. You've got to be straight into it.
Next to look to have a heavier pack as they get that nudge. Usher out to Dando. He's so impressive this tournament, Dando. Looking for an edge, finds it. And there is the man of the moment. Louis Burns, once again. Ethan Dando involved in so much of the build-up. And Louis Burns, I mean, he is simply electric.
It's exactly the guy you want on the edge, isn't it? Just been so sparky. Absolute lightning when he gets the ball, he gets up and running. Pretty straightforward play from Exeter, but it's well executed. Dando just toying with the defence, then he goes, puts them on the out, manages to get in between the final two defenders, interest them both, and put his pace man down the track for another.
Exeter, everything going well for them so far, up until that kickoff though. Nottingham now with decent field position to attack from. That's Anstey. Show and go. It's Cornford making decent yardage. Matty Walker playing scrum half. That's Blackhurst. Gets the ball away to Charlie Niccolo. Vicious step. Cornford and Blackhurst tidying up at the back. Blackhurst running out of ideas. Just gets the ball away to Sweeting. Sweeting's well met though. The ball is spilled out. Play on, says the referee. Brilliant cover tackle. More excellent Exeter defence.
Oh, how about that passage from Exeter? Firstly, there's the big boom, sit down, then it spills out, and it looks like Nottingham were in for an opportunity in the form of Harry Simpson. He gets dragged down, and they get the turnover. That's match-winning type behaviour from Exeter.
Slow play, calculated stuff. Thomas, Dando. Checking back on themselves, Exeter. It's Nottingham that win the turnover this time. Just unable to secure the ball, Jack Anstey, but Exeter living dangerously on their own half.
Well, both teams have kind of ended up in this game of stopping in the ball, pausing, searching, finding. And in these conditions, it makes it difficult because you don't want to be entering into the contact area with half-baked, 50% pace. You want to wrap that ball up nice and tight, get good strong carries, and probably lead into the ruck game a little bit more.
You did warn me that great semi-finals don't necessarily make great finals. Cagey was the word you used. But there's one man who has been anything but a first half hat-trick as Louis burns Nottingham.
Well, as we hear fire starter ring out around the stadium, of course, it's Louis Burns scorching up the turf once more at the Celestial Sevens. He's loving life. So are Exeter. That puts them 3 scores up. Conversion to come. I'd say this will be a full 21.
Such an impressive runner. Still only a fresher, Louis Burns, in the Northampton Saints Academy. And off the back of today's performance, you can see why. A bright future ahead.
It's a pretty straightforward play again. Off the scrum ball. Just back themselves on the little shift pass. We talked about whether you stop doing those offloads. Well, I'll eat my words because they've done some good effect there. Good two-handed shovel pass offload out to the wheelsman. He slides in. Little plank in the dead ball as well. Well, he certainly earned a rest. Louis Burns, the man in the first half, bagging himself a hat-trick and putting Exeter well in the lead of a game that we thought at this point was going to be a lot tighter.
Yeah. That Nottingham huddle overcome Loughborough in the pool stage. Hartbury at the semi-final stage. Are they going to come unstuck against University of Exeter in the final? It certainly looks that way at the half. 21-0. That is some deficit to overcome. But, as we know all too well, this wonderful game of rugby sevens is anything but straightforward. It doesn't behave as it should. Doesn't produce results as it should sometimes. And you're one bounce of a rugby ball away from being right back in this game. Nottingham to kick us off. Harry Simpson Very close
Hey,
to
you
a
need to
perfect
touch.
restart.
Wait.
Ball does bounce.
You're in the field of play.
Next to try to take the quick line out. And if you're
Left your
Nottingham,
mark.
Tom,
Don't close.
is it score early? Change the momentum? What's the message?
You've got to, when you're 3 scores down, it's actually a pretty long road back. So they can't hang around here. The rain's coming down. Got to turn it into a bit of an aggressive defensive game, I think. Try and force the error from Exeter.
There's Dando. He's been brilliant this whole tournament. Exeter holding on to the ball, which is not the news that Nottingham want to hear. Offloading well, and it's another break through the middle. Back and Rono. Hands down the left-hand side, Dando into Burns. Surely he can't finish from here. Louis Burns. Dando. Steps left and right. Tom Church scored the winner in the playoff, the golden point in the semi-final. Has he just sealed the title for Exeter University?
Oh, it's absolutely biblical from Tom Church. Stepping back against the grain. Touched by a higher power today, Tom Church.
You're preaching to the choir, Tom.
It's really nice work. Wouldn't bet against Louis Burns scoring that one himself.
When you're ready.
And then it goes down the hands. They needed a bit of something. Step back across the grain, across the face of the Nottingham defenders.
Nottingham secure possession, but they're going in the wrong direction.
No, play on.
Carry though, shadow of their own posts.
Tackle and roll
Penalty
away.
to relieve some tension.
Yeah.
Time is running out, 4.5 minutes. All that's left of this Celestial Sevens. And unless Nottingham perform a robbery fit of Robin Hood, and I don't think the trophy's going anywhere other than the University of Exeter.
Back. Let run, let
Church.
run. Thank you, good work.
Slightly isolated. Sling it wide again. Usher. Oh, Usher, that is wonderful. And Finn Usher. Such a pivotal part of this whole campaign for the University of Exeter. Fitting for him to score in the final.
Yeah, he was such a key part of this outfit all the way through the day. A nice little hitch kick to get himself on the outside and then managed to work his way, pump his legs through the tackle, get away for a score of his own. Loving this work from Exeter.
Yeah.
To think they were
Straight.
one Isaiah Pavois try at the death and a Finn Usher conversion from the touchline away from losing that semi-final. Here they are cantering home in the final.
Let's go straight away.
Ball going through the hands. Covered by Nottingham. Sweeting still working hard. Late into the day.
Stop. Yeah. This is the middle. Step off. That's your mark. Step off in the back.
Line out for
line,
Exeter. Things already looking so rosy. With a chance to make them even better. Thomas. Usher. There's Staveley. Steps in off that right foot. He's been doing that all day.
Off feet, hands on the ground.
Penalty to Nottingham. Right, Walker takes the quick tap. Still just very little go forward ball for the men in green and gold. 2 minutes to go. Referee happy with the collision. That's Zuko star Rob with the ball, running at pace, barreling through defenders. Another penalty for Exeter.
Thank you, good one.
Relentless, this wave from Exeter Uni. Stavely now.
Go, 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 go.
Trying things, but ultimately the clock winding down.
That's a good shot, put in. Stavely in the end. Dislodged the ball. Boys, Max Cornford who put that in. Next half break, sees it. Gets rocked for one.
1 minute.
And Nottingham will get one final chance to attack here. But this has all been about Exeter. They have absolutely gobbled up this final. They feasted out here on pitch one to wrap up the day.
All into the scrum. The wide channels. Charlie Nicholl sends it out to his winger. Entering the final stages of this rather one-sided final of what has been a fantastic tournament and a brilliant day at the Celestial Sevens. Kick through. Will the bounce of the ball go the way of Nottingham? It's been hacked through again. The Nottingham wingers tripped, much to the outrage of the crowd. The referee's called time off. And he does award the yellow card to Isaiah Akpalpwa, the semi-final hero. So Exeter will finish the game with 6 players.
Right on the...
It won't make a difference to the end result.
Alex, where did that ball land?
Look, in the red.
Sorry, and it's on the 50.
But Nottingham, one last chance to get a score on the board. There goes Simpson. An excellent all day for Nottingham. Won't be him lifting the trophy, unfortunately. Sweeting, another one. Jack Anstey has run and run all day. Harvey Blackhurst. That's dangerous footwork. Another penalty for Nottingham. Sweeting. Thomas Cunningham there, cutting inside. Simpson reads the pass. Sweeting in the corner. Show and go from Harry Simpson. And no less than the men from Nottingham deserve. A score is no more than a consolation. The trophy will be Exeter's, but a score to put some smiles on the Nottingham faces.
Great heart, great fight. It's been shown in spades across the day today from all the teams taking part down here at the Celestial Sevens, and exemplified by Nottingham staying in the fight, going over, determined not to get nil, but it is Exeter.
Exeter University, the Celestial Sevens men's championship winners, with a wonderful performance. But Tom, who was your player of the final?
Well, they were set up very, very nicely for victory indeed, and there's some wonderful performances across this squad and across the day. We've talked a lot about Finn Usher, who's been wonderful pulling the strings, amongst others. But the player of the final, for me, with a first half hat-trick, is the speedman, the wheelsman, Louis Burns.
Yes, a very popular decision. A young man with a bright future. The final score in the men's championship final, Nottingham University 5, the University of Exeter 33. So it's been a brilliant day, Tom. What are your highlights that stand out? We had such pulsating action in the pool stages and then a couple of hurling semi-finals, didn't we?
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing. And of course, we've been really loving the action out on pitch one here. Continue to enjoy the images of Exeter celebrating, making the most of it. That's been the vibe all day. It's been people coming down, enjoying themselves. Had over 750 players come down, 50 teams, and that's what it's all about. A real festival of Sevens rugby down at the Richmond Athletic Ground today. University Celestial Sevens bringing the best talent across the country. A real passion for the sport, passion for Sevens, passion for student rugby. And it's been on show and exemplified with the 2 championship finals that we've been treated to, both the women's and the men's, as we see the Nottingham lads going up to collect their runners-up medals. Fantastic offering all day from those boys. Some really, really strong performances from them. Particular mention for Sweeting, Simpson. Walker's been strong.
Here come the winners. Exeter University flanked by their trophy team, the seconds, winning the silver medal in that trophy. But it's gold for the first team as they make their way up, presented their medals by our very own Abby Burton. This is exactly what they set out to do at the start of the day. Such an impressive programme, so many wonderful graduates throughout the years. A real bastion of university rugby and the benefits and the opportunities that it can bring. And no doubt, many of the young men on show today will have great futures in the game, be that 7s, be that 15s. In particular, young men of the Exeter University champions today of the University Celestial Sevens.
Let's make some noise!
Your champions, the University of Exeter. Those young men dance their way into the night. All that remains is to wish you a wonderful evening from myself and from Tom, from all of the crew here at a slightly soggy Richmond Athletic Ground. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting University Rugby in such a brilliant guise, and we look forward to seeing you next time.